Nitin ji also. Radhe Radhe Nitin ji, now you should be able to speak, and over to you as well.
Thank you, Rahul. And thank you, Padmini ji and Gayatri ji, for a wonderful session. I could not watch it, but yeah, thanks so much for that. So, Radhe Radhe, good morning, good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to today's edition of Daily Wisdom from Bhagavad Gita. Today is our quiz day, and I see Ipshita ji with JK Yoginda. He's everyone.
Radhe Radhe, we are crashing in your session. We are having fun.
Good to see you. I hope you're having a great time in Calcutta. I think meeting Swamiji.
Yes, Swamiji just finished his meditation
You
session.
know who am I?
Hold on. Let me spotlight you and then make out who are you. Okay, give me a second.
Me.
This is Dayashini.
So lovely.
All are in bliss. All are in bliss because they just did a meditation with Swamiji. So
I can see that. And I think we are talking first time, right? You are Sukti, right?
yes, but yeah.
Very nice. Good to see you for the first time. And I can see the bliss is very palpable around the face. So very nice. I look forward to catching up with you sometime in India. So very good to see you all.
Radhe Radhe. Yes.
Radhe, 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 Radhe. Thank you.
Radhe Radhe.
All right. So that was a wonderful start. I just made it in time. You won't believe it. I mean, just in time today. I was supposed to land here at around 7 o'clock, and then the flight got delayed. And, it was not flying, but I slept. And by the time it reached here, it was supposed to reach at 7. It reached at around 8:05. At 8:15, I was out. 8:20, 22, I got my cab. I just walked in. So, but I'm glad it was just in time and it happened. So, but anyway, today is our quiz day. So our quiz master is ready. We are ready too. So let's get started by invoking the blessings of God and Guru. Let me share. Give me a sec. I'll open up the page for our opening prayers. So I hope you're all set for the Kahoot game. Let's start with our opening prayers. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanurmardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. All right. So Radhe Radhe, good morning, good evening, all of you. So let's get started with our game. It's the time of the week where we test what all we have spoken about, discussed, or how much we remember, how much the concepts have gone deeper, and we make it fun and engaging as well, and a bit competitive too. So over to you, Rahul. Are you going to run the game today?
Yes, Radhe Radhe. Yeah, I will be running the game, and the pin is already in the chat, so people can start joining.
Okay, great. So it's a very simple. I mean, those of you who haven't, I'm sure by now you are all pro and veteran in Kahoot. You need to type in www.kahoot.it and then the pin, and that's pretty much it. Get going. I encourage everybody to join. It's a good way to recap the concepts. Six 6600422. Ice Age, Jazz, Radha Krishna, Haribol, Jai Maruti. Jai Maruti, I can say who it is. Okay, I can guess it. Okay, let's see how many participants. I think our maximum have been 45. So one of these days we'd like to get past the milestone or the barrier of 50 participants. Hopefully we can do that one of these days, if not today.
Before we will start Kahoot, I think there was some clarification needed on the multiple choice questions, how to answer them. So we will do that right before.
How to answer the multiple select
Choice
questions.
questions, yes. I
Yeah.
think there was
So
some-
how to write? So how to answer multi-select is answer it correctly. There are going to be more than one option, but I won't be surprised if our Kahoot masters just keep one option in multi-select as well, but they will not. So it will be more than one answer typically, right? And I think 2 or more than 2 can happen as well. All 4 can happen too, right? Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
And please
because
don't
what
forget to submit, hit submit.
Kahoot
Technically,
automatically.
yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Sanjay.
I was saying technically there were two questions that had come up from our last session's winner.
Mhm.
Second, yeah. So one of the question was timing. So I think for everyone on your Kahoot app, you should be seeing the time for every question. So yes, the questions are time bound. If you do not answer them in time, then the question is gone. But you should be seeing it on the left top, right? And the next part is about multiple choice questions, as everybody said. So pressing submit is important.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay. So how much time do you want to give? I think we can give a couple of more minutes, and we can utilize this opportunity to make some announcements so that we have everybody join in, or whoever is.
So first of all, let's make the Bhagavad Gita Jayanti.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
So we would like to actually make a video of Gita Jayanti. And for that, it would be great if all of you would participate. And we will circulate some Google Drive link where you can upload your video. But the video is basically about what does Bhagavad Gita mean to you. So you just have to say it in one statement, as succinct as you can be. And then we can compile it all, and it will come out beautifully and it can be a dedication from Daily Wisdom from Bhagavad Gita classes for the Gita Jayanti. Right, Nitinji?
Right.
Vertical
We
video.
have Gita Jayanti. Sorry, Rahul, go ahead.
I was just asking, do we need a vertical video? I think so.
Yeah. So those details, yes, vertical. So in fact, I was thinking we can probably show the Who is Guru videos so that people get an idea what
Okay.
kind of video we are trying to make.
Let's show that quickly so that we get an idea. And brevity is the key. Succinct, when she said, that means make it short. It has to be really quick, short video bite, not an extended one, and I think that'll be good. So Gita Jayanti is coming on December 22nd, I believe. So we are going to have kind of a collage of what Bhagavad Gita means. That's what our team is going to compile. Good to see Michelle, your cat. All right, do you want to show the video in the meantime?
Yes, I'm just opening it. Give me like 30 seconds or so.
Okay, sure. And please make sure your name continues to show up, and then after this, we will get started with the game.
In the meanwhile, Rahulji, you can announce about Gita Jayanti celebrations in the temple. We have it for 2 weekends.
I think I can announce about the upcoming shivers. Yeah, I don't have the actual details of the Gita Jayanti, but I can. So do check out for people who are in India. Swamiji is in India, so do check out the Swamiji's India tour. I think right now he's in Calcutta or Kolkata. And few of the devotees joined earlier after they did meditation with Swamiji. So definitely the Banara Ashram Shivir at the end of December is a must. And then if you have more time or you are not able to attend that Shivir, then you can definitely join the Tirupati Shivir. It will be at the end of January, and we will share the details in the chat shortly.
Okay, we have Gita Jayanti celebrations for 2 weeks that's coming up. I think one of it is Pothi Yatra as well in between. So do share the details or check it out on radhakrishna.net. And if you want to participate in a seva for Gita Jayanti, where We are looking at collecting some video bites from Swamiji, Maharajji, related to Bhagavad Gita, what they have spoken about it. Please put it in the feedback tracker. Let's paste the feedback tracker as well. Would be a good activity for you to go through videos and collect some of the timestamps or video bites around it. So if you are interested, please put in your name. But yeah, I think that was the key thing. And then we have another session starting from tomorrow at 8:30 Central Time. That would be 7 o'clock India.
Yeah, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. We have a teaser for that also. Maybe we can start the quiz and later on we can show that video.
So now I think let's get started. How many participants do we have? If you are planning to join, for some reason you're not, let us know. But I think we have enough participants to get the game going because it's already 9:12. So let's get the game going, and then the remaining announcements we can continue to in between. Okay. And then I think we have a testing. We have started a series of Gita Jayanti series, and today I think Sandhya you're going to talk about it, right? We can go today. All right, let's get started then. All the best to all the participants. Game on.
Let's get started with Swamiji's 1-minute video and then.
Okay.
There was one lady, she was like an 80-year-old, and some poor ladies in the tribal areas in India, they have to cut wood, lifting it on her head. One day she got so fed up, she threw it and cried to God. So God came and said, "All right, I'm coming. What do you want?" She said, "Oh God, you have come. Put that bundle back on my head." So our intellect is like that, material since endless lifetimes. Instead of that, we say, "Meri chahi mat karo, main murak agyan." My Lord, you don't do what I ask you to do. Teri chahi mein Prabhu hai mera kalyan. You do what you know is good for me, because I don't trust my intellect. Now God will have to decide, the eternal Father, what is the best for the soul, and that is what He will give to us.
Good way to start. I think that's what we're talking about in surrender. It's good to put the ball in God's court, right? Like you play in tennis, put it back in His court and let Him decide which shot to play. All right, so let's move on. Get started with our game.
What is described as a drop of the vast ocean in relation to our accumulated karmas? The options are Sanchit, Prarabdha, Ulta, and Bija. Should be relatively easier question for Nitin.
From the ocean. The ocean is pretty vast. All right, 11 of majority got it right. And for some reason, 8 went with Sanchit. One went with Kuta and 3 went with Bija as well. So the right answer is Prarabdha. Prarabdha is the fate or the destiny aspect of our life, which is given to us when at the time of our birth. So that is the drop that is picked up from the vast ocean of binding karma that we have already accumulated across infinite lifetimes that we have had as humans, even in the past. And God picks up one drop, gives us to us as prarabdha. But more importantly, there's a prarabdha fixed aspect. Okay, should I go too far out or okay?
No, I don't think so. You should stick to the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's see who's in the leaderboard. Ice
Age. And Radha Krishna is close. I think all of you got it right, but the speed matters as well. So it's a photo finish like we usually have in our first question. Grace and Mai Kanha is also doing good. So Haribol is pretty good. So let's move on to our next question.
True or false? Can we purchase God's grace?
I like the videos you're put in with kahoot, so that's good. That's interesting. All right. For some reason, 3 of you said yes, we can purchase. So the bad news is no, we cannot. And yes, we cannot purchase God's grace. Why? Because it is priceless. And if, let's say, any practice, spiritual practice we do, and that would guarantee us the grace of God, that becomes the price of it. Then you pay for it and you get it grace. Like, for example, you might want to do chantings, or you might want to do Kundalini Jagran, or you may want to clean your chakras, or you may want to, do certain rituals. And if there's a finite number of that you do, and based on that you will get God's grace, then it becomes a price. But God's grace is priceless and it cannot be purchased. So this is the right answer. I hope this concept is clear. I don't know. Some of you answered yes, we can purchase, but answer is no. So let's see what happens to our leaderboard after this one. All right, I don't think any change now. One new entry is here. Jazz is here. Okay, whoever is Jazz is doing good. JAS. Let's move on.
Quiz. The fire of knowledge burns to ashes all reactions from material activities. What knowledge is being referred to here? And the options are knowledge of celestial beings, knowledge of performing rituals, knowledge of our Varna Ashram rules and abiding by it, or knowledge of our relationship with God. And for those of you who are not able to join Kahoot, you can answer on the chat also.
Yeah, you can. This one is a slam dunk for most, which is good. One of you also said knowledge of our Varnashram rules and abiding by it. So yeah, actually the duties that we perform from a material duty standpoint, including Varnashram Dharam or rituals and stuff like that, that is just a means to an end. The real knowledge is understanding the knowledge of our relationship with God. Now, yes, if we understand our relationship with God, is the job done? No, janana, there is a gap between janana and manana, right? हम जानते तो हैं, but मानते नहीं. जिस दिन when we truly believe in it, in fact, it is said, when you truly believe in God, you will realize God. There's no difference between believing in God and realizing God. So that gap, bridging that gap is the whole journey of spirituality. So yes, knowledge of our relationship with God, once we truly understand it, there's nothing more to be achieved at that point, because now you will automatically align to that relationship, and the purpose of this creation would be served as well. So good. I think Rahul was in a very generous mood when he started creating the quiz. So let's move on to the next one until multi-select questions come.
And coming back to multi-select, I wanted to clarify something because we forgot to tell in the beginning.
Sure.
Yeah, so regarding multi-select, whenever we have the multi-select option, it will show you right before the question that it is a multi-select. And you just have to tap to the options you think are the correct ones and hit submit here. So pretty simple, but yeah, just have to follow that.
Yeah, so don't get nervous when you see multi-select. Okay, you need to have nerves of steel to be able to select and then hit submit button. Okay, if you do that, you'll do fine. People get nervous as soon as the multi-select question comes. So let's move on.
True or false? Surrender is done from a position of strength. Pretty simple questions in the beginning. So,
we need one controversial question. Here it is.
Seems like the audience poll is not working. Yeah, nobody in the audience is answering, but yeah.
Okay. Now nobody is going to ask me if Draupadi did it from a position of strength or not. Okay. Actually, the concept is renunciation or sacrifice is done from a position of strength. So if you attach that to a spirit of surrender, then yes. See, when we have an option and when we exercise that, when that sacrifice or renunciation is done from a position of strength, then it truly counts. Let's say, for example, there is something you want to offer, right? And you offer it when you have a choice. Then it truly counts. But when it is already being snatched away from you, then it is not called an offer, right? There was a guy who owed another guy 10,000 rupees. Okay, this friend. And as a matter of fact, one of the days they were walking from the forest. They were walking to the forest, and on the other side, some dacoits came. And when the dacoits came, he said, "You know what? I owed you the 10,000 rupees. So here it is." So he passed it on to his friend that he was owing him for such a long time, because anyway it would have gone, right? So from that sense, the sacrifice or renunciation is done from a position of strength, not from a position of weakness. Now, if you map it to surrender, that if, when you do some renunciation or let go of something, then yes. If you're going to ask me about Draupadi, in that case, okay, I'm not going to answer that question. So answer is false. Let's move on. Answer is true. Sorry.
Yeah. Hari Bol is the leader here.
Okay. Hari Bol has come. Ice Age has come down. My Kanha, Annapurna ji is a very consistent player. So good to see you, Annapurna ji. And Krishna has climbed up as well. Let's move on.
And it says tough round. Yeah, 6 players lost their answer streak of 3.
Yes,
So,
6 players lost their answer streak, and somebody is going to ask me this question again. I have a feeling, but we'll tackle it. Let's move on.
quiz, multi-select,
Here you go.
and double pointer.
Okay.
What could help indicate that I am on the right path to align my will to God's will? By aligning my thoughts with the teachings of God and Guru, by focusing on reading more scriptures and gaining knowledge, by listening to my inner voice and intuition that makes me feel good, or by rejecting worldly opinions. We have 1 minute here because the options were a little bit longer.
I have a feeling that there are more than one option which is right on this one.
Correct.
More than one and less than 4.
This graphics is also very nice again. Like you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
That too going so fast.
The audience poll is now coming also, and probably that is correct. Let's
There
see.
was a double pointer. Hope it's not a double whammy after the previous question. Okay, so yeah, there are 2 options. I think Kavita already answered that question. So yes, by aligning, by gaining knowledge, why not? Okay, anyways. So by aligning my thoughts, actions with the teachings of God and Guru, of course, rejecting worldly obligations and meditating on rejecting worldly obligations is not an option. Spirituality cannot be an excuse to run away from our duties. It is called Falgu Viragya. We have spoken about that concept. In fact, you become more aware and do it with a spirit of Karma Yoga, rather than getting attached and implicated in that. By listening to my inner voice, yeah. So we said that, how do we know we have done it right? When we have hit a sweet spot, the feeling that precedes it would typically indicate you. And by focusing on reading more scriptures and gaining knowledge, yeah, I mean, Swadhyaya is there, but under the guidance of Guru. I think that's probably why it is not counted as an answer here. Annapurna ji has already raised a hand. Yes, Annapurna ji, go ahead.
I have a question. I have said the right thing, what it says you are incorrect. I have the red one, yellow one, and blue one. Your answer, same thing. But I don't know, it says you are in, your answer streak is
So I would delegate that responsibility to our quiz master. Okay, so why blue one is not right now? You delegate it back to me. Say I did not say that.
I have checked a red one, yellow one, and blue one, but still it says incorrect. So I was surprised.
I know.
Same all three things.
The blue one, yeah, I would say that should be okay as well. Focus,
I
not
don't
focusing.
it says,
I mean,
yeah.
if you read scriptures and gain knowledge, then I think you're aligning, because subscribing to knowledge is good, actually, in that sense. God wants us to do that. Now, if it is qualified with under the expert guidance of a guru, that might have, but yeah, this becomes a little here. But anything that you had in mind specifically, Rahul, or whoever created that, why not blue in this one? Okay, so
Arunji created that, but in my view, if you read the scripture also, how would you know that you are understanding that correctly? Because there,
yeah, that is
so it
true.
can be tricky. Yeah.
Aligning to God's will, basically. God will not feel bad if we are making an attempt around it, right? So swadhyaya aspect of it, basically. But yes, scriptures is not something we can assimilate on our own. It is meant to be read under the expert guidance of a guru, because it can confuse us more, because there are apparent contradictions in scriptures, which are not truly contradictions. They can be reconciled, but not with our mundane intellect. You need a realized saint for that. But yeah, I would say, but I think Annapurna ji, you will still get credit. I think that's how Kahoot does that. And let's keep our fingers crossed it will get evened out over a period of time. Shweta ji, you had a question as well?
Yes, Radhe Radhe Nitinji, Radhe Radhe everybody. I
Radhe.
don't agree with this yellow choice. The reason is, you have repeatedly said that our mind and intellect are,
I would have reworded
deep.
it.
So
Understood.
how can you listen to your inner voice? The only best choice I think is red and to some extent blue. But blue is again like you can't understand
Understood.
scriptures on your own. So I will just go with red, not even yellow.
I would have reworded it. I agree. See, when we talk about our inner voice, it could be your mind or your intellect talking to you, and we can't trust either one of them. Okay. What we spoke about was, how do we know whether we have aligned to God's will or not? Okay. And we said in some cases, your inner consciousness would give you kind of a signal. Okay, but you cannot completely trust that as well, right? But it can give you a signal. The feeling that follows that particular action would kind of tell you that whether you aligned or not. And regardless whether you did or not, if you have approached it with sincerity and purity of intention, you have done a fine choice. So it is a good indicator, but not a completely reliable, because in one of the SMS, Swamiji had said that you have to override your mind, and you have to override your intellect also at times when it is not agreeing with some of the teachings that we go through. So yes, I know there's a bit of a gray area in that question, but it is gray for all. So I hope it's not going to be a deal breaker. Jyoti, you wanted to add something as well before we proceed?
Yeah, Radhe Radhe Nitinji. So I do remember the summary which has been shared for this session, where these red and yellow has been highlighted, and why yellow is not is the answer, because God and Guru is not always present with you. So while you are making some decisions, if you are feeling, so I do remember you discussing in the session, and while making a decision, if you are feeling good, which means it is aligning with the will of God and Guru. And you mentioned about the story where a saint was in the boat. So while boat was sinking, he was putting water into the boat, but while it was about to save, he is throwing away the water. So that's what the discussion I remember from your session.
That was a humorous analogy. Okay, so let's not blame the saint now what he was doing.
No, definitely not.
Okay. Michelle ji has asked, let me clarify this question. Your voice that comes from, you cannot trust that always, because it could be your mind or intellect saying that. But what I said was, as we keep removing the layers, right, when we keep on cleaning our antakaran, as we keep on progressing spirituality, your voice of soul, basically, you start tapping into it more. Now, it doesn't happen. Your mind could be tricking you in that particular state, or it could be justifying itself. But it's kind of a good guiding compass in most of the situations, especially, see, when you vent out anger or you do some dishonest act, that voice that voice basically is the voice, basically, that is your guiding compass. The feeling that you get immediately after that action would tell you you did something right or wrong. That's what I was trying. But it is something, Michelle, like you correctly pointed out, as you remove the layers of impurities which are on our mind and intellect from so many lifetimes, then you are getting closer to the guiding voice of your soul. But until then, you cannot completely trust it. That's how it typically goes. Yes, Jagdish ji, I think we had a good discussion on this one. Yes, Jagdish ji, please.
Yeah, I just actually you have told, because till the time we have not purified our antakarana, by that time our mind, intellect, and all these things will misguide us because of the
Yeah,
conditioned state.
it could.
So we should not accept that as it is.
Completely we cannot.
Yeah.
It could be an indicator in some, but yeah, it's like, see, this mountain lake, when it is turbulent, you cannot see the bottom of it, but only when it is calm and placid and clear, then you can see the top, the complete bottom of it. The same thing is with our mind. Until we have really purified it and calmed it, we cannot really see through it. Then your mind intellect layer is basically gone. Your soul has swung into action, which is asleep right now. But yes, let's move on. I think we have a lot of questions to cover. I think it's the same thing for everyone. Nothing changed in this question, so which is a good thing. Let's move on to the next one. Haribol is on a 5 answer streak. True
or false? To progress spiritually, we need a reasonable amount of knowledge due to the existence of numerous scriptures, and the options are true or false. It should be relatively easy.
Yes. We need a reasonable amount of knowledge due to the existence of numerous scriptures. And the answer is false. 13 of you said true. It's not actually. See, not much knowledge is needed actually to progress. See, there are two ways to look at it. One is, you don't need the entire set of knowledge before you can progress spiritually. You just need a little bit. Whatever has made sense, start implementing it. And then the next piece would make sense. And the next and next, you go from understanding to understanding rather from doubt to doubt. It's like if you are supposed to travel 20 miles or 20, maybe 20 yards, and you have a lantern in the night and you can see only 1 yard. You go 1 yard and then you go to the next yard and next yard and next yard. You don't wait for all the signals to turn green before you get out of your house. So some people remain in this ever waiting mode, getting prepared or ready, or in analysis paralysis mode. Spirituality says you don't have to. Whatever makes sense, proceed with that. And actually, you need a little bit of pain to kill yourself, but if you have to slay somebody, you need a sword. So to progress for your own sake, you need a little bit of nugget, whatever is making sense. And then whatever is needed will eventually, the next step will get revealed. Even otherwise, if you think about it, some people who have done maybe a lot of sadhana in their past lives, they don't even need knowledge. If, just knowing that in end of the day, we have to love and serve God, that is more than enough. Nothing else is needed. But in order for us to get to that stage, our intellect needs a lot of conviction and knowledge. And that is what we're trying to do. But if we have faith, for whatever reason, nothing else is needed. And if you look at, my grandma and all, they would do chantings. They did not need any knowledge at all. They had that faith and conviction. And if you have that, I think that is good enough. So yes, for us to progress spiritually, it's not like the whole life we spend just gaining knowledge and not doing anything with it. Einstein also said, right, practical knowledge is wisdom. Otherwise, it is mere information. So the Shastra Vasana aspect of simply acquiring knowledge is not recommended at all. In fact, it could be counterproductive as well, because we are simply gathering knowledge and not doing anything about it. And a little bit of nugget is good enough. So let's move on. Hopefully no controversy on this one.
Haribol
has climbed up. Ice Ages and Reckoning, Grace, Radha Krishna, and Anjane. Anjane that's an interesting name. Let's move on. How many questions do we have? Are we doing good?
This is a humorous video from our Nitinji.
दवाई है मेरे खोपड़ी में कितना टेंशन है तेरे को मालूम क्या दवाई है रे
Where did this come from? Okay, yes, you can take it as a medicine. Bhagavad Gita.
And Nitinji, I guess that name was not Anjani. I think that's Anjani, the mother
Anjani?
of Hanumanji.
Oh, Anjani Putra. Okay, got it.
Maybe, I am guessing. And that could be our Vinodji because, he's always around Hanumanji
I would
names.
say, okay, Jai Maruti probably is okay. Maybe we can have a quiz on guessing his name as well. Okay, let's move.
Well, we have a quiz like for guessing the name of the god.
Okay, that's nice. That's interesting. Let's move on.
Let's move on now. Slider. Easy question. According to Chaitanya Charitamrita, how many principles of surrender exist? Answer between 1 to 15. Select the correct one and then hit submit.
Is it a quarter? Is it a dozen? Is it a half a dozen? Is it a half a quarter?
There is an interesting comment in the chat from Cash G.
What's the comment?
It's the dharma of a multi-select question to have the possibility of more than 2 answers.
Less than 5 minutes.
So the dharma videos of late. Inherent quality of something, inseparable quality, so to say. Spot on. 6. So I hope everybody has got it right, because if you have not, then you haven't done justice to the classes we are doing for the past 1 week on those principles of surrender. So yes, it's half a dozen, 6 principles of surrender. And let's see how many. I think everybody should have gotten it right. 19 of you got it right. So 6 of you somehow got it. Okay, Hari Bol is consolidating his position. So that's nice. His or her, I don't know. Okay. Anjane. It's not Anjani, it's Anjane. Anjani would be I. Let's move on to the next question. Get 10 out of 7.
Double pointer.
Double
We
point.
have the ability to play a deck of cards dealt to us. What do the playing ability and cards respectively?
Okay.
And the
So
options are Sanchit Aprarabdh, Sanchit Kriyaman, Prarabdh Kriyaman, or Kriyaman Prarabdh.
okay, that is why you stopped me for talking a lot. First question.
Stick to the answer unless it is a controversial question, then you.
So good, majority got it right. So the hand that we are dealt with in a life, the drop from the ocean, is fixed, which is called prarabdh. How we play with that hand is called kriyaman, because God has given us a free will and the ability to do purusharth. So the prarabdh, that is the playing ability. Cards is prarabdh, and the ability, kriyaman is something which what do the playing ability is kriyaman and prarabdha. So in that order particularly. Yeah, that's true. So yes, this is the right one. So we can play, we can win with bad cards. At the same time, we can lose with good cards depending upon how we play. So we should not attribute a lot to the destiny aspect of it, right? Some people, they spend their entire life going after jyotishis and okay, how my stars and all. It does have a play. I don't know the exact percentage of that, but it is less than 20%. I think in one of the lectures, Swami is saying, 40-50%, 14-15%, not 40-50. The Purusharth aspect is what we need to focus on more. Because our previous Purusharth becomes today's Prarabdh, so that today's Purusharth will become our future Prarabdh. So that is the devotee focuses only on what is in his or her hand, as opposed to becoming fatalist, which is another one of the misconceptions related to Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma, that people are fatalist. Yes, there's a component to it. We understand that, but that doesn't mean one relies solely on that aspect alone. It was a good conceptual question, Rahul. So let's see what happens to our leaderboard.
Yeah, thanks to Arunji. Yeah, he prepared. Yeah, so pretty good.
Thanks, Arun. Okay, Hari Sevak has climbed up after this question, so that's good going. Hari Sevak, that's interesting name. Let's move on. And Vinamr 6 has climbed up.
Quiz. We can get God's grace, and then there is a fill in the blanks. By reading the Vedas which came from him, by intense intermittent fasting, in any other yuga other than Kali Yuga due to the austerities performed.
I think this is the toughest question you put in for the day. Grace. So grace can be used both as a verb and as a noun. The first time I took this topic, somebody reminded me, Smita ji, in fact. So we've come a long way from there. Yes, by surrendering to him. And interestingly, everybody got it right, which is amazing. All right. That's good. Grace has climbed after this question. That is also quite a coincidence, I must say that. Okay, good going. Haribol is doing good today. Grace has also climbed up. So good going, Grace. Grace on grace.
Let's move on. Another quiz, double pointer.
Oh my.
Alignment to God's will is facilitated by dash of dash and dash of dash. So 4 dashes. We are going to just check that.
Okay. So many dashes, huh? Okay, again, interestingly, one of you was brave enough to say reading scriptures and accumulation of knowledge. It's facilitated by, sincerity of heart, purity of intention. I think out of these, this option would be best one. We have spoken about this it's our insurance policy, basically, regardless. We can never be sure whether we are aligning to God's will or not, but if we approach it with this, then it serves as our insurance policy regardless, because God is seated within. He knows that we may not get it right, but at least the intent behind that particular act was pure, and that is all matters. Okay, great.
Haribol is rock solid.
Haribol is rock solid. Okay, yeah. Hari Sevak has come slightly down and back in the game. Let's move on.
Another true or false. Everyone serves God knowingly or unknowingly.
This is the second most difficult question for the day.
Maybe I should reduce the time of for the easy questions, only 10 seconds, and then it might be
relative, right? What you think is easy or really depends. We got 3 who said false. Actually, answer is true. You are serving God's energies only, right? Whether you choose to serve his inferior energy, which is Maya, or God himself, that choice is always with us. And all of us are serving God, whether you know it or not, right? And even technically, we spoke about this concept too. Nobody is an atheist. Why? Because everybody is seeking bliss. Even a person who's a non-believer, who doesn't want to believe in God or doesn't believe in God, agnostic or whatever, they're also seeking happiness. Nobody is seeking misery. So if you're seeking happiness, you're seeking God, because other name of God is bliss. All the scriptures say that. Bible also says God is bliss. God has bliss, that is also not right. God is bliss. So you are seeking God only. So in that sense, we are serving God. And it's like, you may call it that example that gave Maharaji, right? Papa, or you may call it my mother's husband. In both cases, it's the same entity. So everybody serving God and everybody seeking God. It's just a matter of time before they come to that acknowledgement in one of their lifetimes. Sooner it happens, the better it is. Okay, let's move on. Haribol, Ice Age, Grace. It's a close race. I think anything can happen with another double multi-select, I think, from Rahul. So let's move on. Jai Maruti is back in reckoning. 3 in a row. Good going, Jai Maruti ji. Let's move on.
So now we are back to only last 2 graded questions. So let's see.
Last 2 graded questions. Okay.
Another quiz. The diet of soul is. Options are healthy green vegetables, divine knowledge, purified mineral water, all of the above.
Purified mineral water. Huh? That's an interesting option.
Look at the image. Green is for the soul.
Yeah.
Is it an organic one or a GMO one? Okay, outstanding. Everybody got it right. Good. 27. So diet of soul is divine knowledge. Yes, when you give it, it will start quenching its thirst that it has always been craving for. And that is why people who approach this knowledge with faith and open heart, they start feeling, that bliss, that their soul will give them that the proof is in the pudding that, okay, now finally I'm getting something that I was craving for. That is how strong that indication is. So yes, that when we start listening to divine knowledge and we start contemplating upon this principle, it opens up another world altogether. And this is one of those great moments one must experience in human life, if not already. So good question. Let's move on. You should have put one option as Diet Coke as well. Okay. Diet of soul is Diet Coke. Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's see. I think it should be the assembly. Yeah, Haribol is right on the
No
top.
change whatsoever. Okay.
Okay. Now this question can change. Yeah, so be careful. Yeah.
Hope is back with an answer streak of 3. Hope is also having a lot of hope in the last question. So let's move on. Let's put
last graded question. Yeah, this is the last graded question. So
take or break. No, but no pressure.
This multi-select and double pointer.
Okay, double pointer too.
Of these don't belong to the principles of surrender.
Do not. Please read carefully.
Not to desire against God's will, desire as per God's will when possible. Have believe that God might protect us. Have no pride of surrendering. Believe that everything I possess belongs to me. Read the options also carefully.
Okay, do not and then okay. Okay, I'll give you a hint. There are 3 answers which are incorrect. No, correct.
Just tap on that and then I hit submit here. You don't have to do much. Yeah, so hopefully that should be easy. And there was a request from Shweta ji that can we leave the question a little bit longer? I think that is by default from Kahoot, but we can increase the timing for answering the options. I think that is in our control.
Yeah, we have a limitation on words, number of words we can put in the question.
Yeah.
So I had said 3, right? Okay, it's 3. So I did not misguide anybody. So not to desire against God's will, it's part of surrender. So answer is do not belong. Have no pride of surrender. Desire as per God's will when possible. So when possible is the word that makes it incorrect. Have belief that God might, that might is the word which makes it. Belief that everything I belongs to me. That is, of course, having a sense of proprietorship, which goes against the principle of surrender. So 3 answers are correct here. Let's see what happens to the leaderboard. I think there's a word cloud, and after that we'll show the result.
Yes, I think there is a word cloud. So let's see who can guess. Word cloud and then guess the name of Lord from these scrambled words. And the options are here. You can type in your answer, 30 seconds. Should be relatively easy, but
Govinda.
put in difficult questions also here, but let's start with the easy one.
You put an anagram as well, so that's good. Govinda, actually, yeah, you missed A, okay. I think I let it out. I got too excited, okay, to say that out when I saw that anagram. But yeah, that was a good question, anagram. So most of you got it right. And second best is Govind, which cut short one word, but still right. By the way, the significance of this word, I'll tell you, as scriptures say that on one side you put, all the punyas that you can accumulate by feeding Brahmans or donating cows, worth that much punya, worth of Sumeru mountain. One is the Sumeru mountain. It's one of the mountains in our celestial abodes, biggest mountain like Himalayas we have. You put all that on one side, and on the other side you put the name Govind. The Govind, the name will outweigh it. That is the power of the name of God. Okay, all the punyas that you accumulate by doing good deeds, charities, philanthropy, all that gets outweighed when you do God's name with faith and remembrance. That is the power in God's name. All right, let's see the results now.
Short 10 seconds video, and then we will see the results. So let's see if we clear that. This is about the new session.
Build the best. Are you ready to build the best version of yourself? Join us every week to learn the eternal secrets of Vedic wisdom applicable to modern lifestyle.
I can't believe this session is getting launched in less than 24 hours. So that is going to be amazing. So all the best to our fantastic facilitators, and let's encourage them. Do sign up and encourage youth. And in fact, although we targeted youth, but it is going to be catering to everybody across all the age groups. Okay, and we have a fantastic team, so look out for some quality content coming from them starting tomorrow. Great. Can we
let's show the results?
Grace is the second runner-up. Ice Age is second. Haribol is first, I can imagine. And we have the Anjali and Krishna. So yeah, if all top 5 can come, or that'll be good. Who's Haribol, Grace, and Ice Age, and then Anjani and Krishna. We'd love to hear from you as well. Yes, Prabhat, were you Haribol? Anjani? Ice Age?
Grace.
Grace. Okay, that's the only name I missed. You made a dramatic entry, I must say that, with the question on Grace. So how was your experience?
It was good. Actually, I was not able to participate in last 2 kahoots. So I was thinking like, will I be able to, make it something like, so, but still I will be able to do that. So,
Very well played. You more than made up for it. So Sandhya, were you Haribol today? So brother, sister duo there, you have just nailed the whole leaderboard today. Huh? Well played, extremely well played. I think you made an entry, and after that you did not budge from there, right? Well played, well played. Why are you so sad? You should be excited about it. 2 good things, right? One is you won. Second, your session is going to get launched. So you should be very excited about it. So really well played. She's also one of our most consistent players here. So well played, I must say that. And who was, there was one more, right? I forgot the name. Krishna, Grace.
Ice Age.
Ice Age. Who was Ice Age? Riyaji, were you or Ice Age?
Radhe Radhe Nitinji. No, I was Krishna.
You were Krishna. 5th spot. Well played, I must say that. Really well played. And who's Ice Age? Okay, Ice Age is up for auction. Who wants to claim Ice Age? Ice Age 1, Ice Age 2. Nobody wants to claim Ice Age. Okay, I'll claim Ice Age. No, I'm not. Okay, whoever was Ice Age played really well. That's good. Anybody else who wants to share their experience? Michelle, how was your experience today?
It's always fun. I think I'm better suited for Sandhya G's new class.
Yeah, you can bring in your cat as well for sure. Dineshi, wanted to say as well something? Dineshi, how was your experience?
Yeah, Radhe Radhe Dinesh.
Very good. I was your Anjaneya.
Anjane.
Anjane, yeah.
So did you place Anjane or Anjani?
Anjaneya.
Anjaneya. Okay. What does that mean?
It's Hanuman. Hanuman. Anjana is a son.
Okay. Got it.
My wife's name is Anjana, so I created that
Anjani
Anjaneya.
Putra. Right. No, well played. You played really well, Dineshi.
I never won before, so I was always in the last quartile. So this is the first time I came
You
up.
showed
So
up in the leaderboard, which is outstanding. I always say it's easier to get into Howard, but very difficult to show up on the leaderboard here. We have a very, very competitive set of people, right? I have played myself. It's very difficult for me to show up on the leaderboard. That is how fast participants are here. But really well played. Thank you very much for that. Who else can? Who do I see? Yes, Cash. How did you play today? How did you fare today? Okay, that's okay. You don't have to tell. But did you enjoy the quiz?
I was off the charts, not in a good way. No,
Oh.
it's fun. It's fun.
It was fun.
It's good to revise
Yeah.
topics.
The questions, yeah, they were very well rounded. I think Rahul and our quiz masters, they do a fantastic job at it.
I like that the multi-select is more than two. It keeps it challenging.
Yeah, that makes it challenging for sure. Jyoti, how was your experience? Jyoti's not saying anything.
Radhe Radhe. Yeah, I was Hari Sevak today. I did 2 silly mistakes in it.
Two silly mistakes, huh? One mistake is, even after getting all the questions right, it's very difficult to show up on leaderboard. That's what I've realized. So
That's
two
true.
mistakes are too heavy.
But I managed to stay at 6th today. So
That's good. So you're almost there. Yes, Swatiji, you wanted to say something?
Yeah,
Yeah, Radhe Radhe. Yeah, Radhe Radhe. Today I got almost all answers wrong. Quiz was very nice, but what in hurry, I was not reading the question properly and I was answering opposite to the question. So it was like I got wrong only, but quiz was all questions were very nice. Thank you, Radhe Radhe.
You don't have to hurry. You have to think about hurry. Okay, that's the principle here. Okay, so with that said, I think there was a Gita Jayanti. So what does Gita mean for you? Kavita, Chiki, how was your experience? I'm glad you did not play with my name today, by the way, because I didn't see it on the leaderboard at all. How was your experience?
Radhe Radhe.
You look at the overall.
I was Radha Krishna.
Oh,
So I was on the podium throughout the game, but because of last multi-select question, I ended up in the 7th position.
But you played well. Radhakrishna was doing good today.
Yeah.
So, and Jai Maruti, was it you, Vinodji, today? I had a feeling that it's Vinodji, Jai Maruti. Vinodji, was it you?
Yeah.
See? I just knew.
Kavita is always ahead of me, it seems like.
See, there is one quiz that is going on, the competition here between, and there is one competition going between you two. Okay, so we don't know who's winning.
Well done.
Well done. I think you were playing well as well. If you look at the overall thing, you'll be there in probably top 10, right? Between.
I'm always, yeah.
But yeah, well played. Great. So Sandhya, you want to go for the Gita Jayanti thing? What does Gita mean for you? How has it transformed your life? And what do you plan to do with all the knowledge that you have gained now? Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I guess I cannot say it in short, but I will try to restrict myself given the time for everyone. Yeah, I mean, for me, understanding Gita kind of started through these sessions only, right? And this session, I was introduced by saying that, there is a very enthusiastic youth who is spearheading these sessions. So you should definitely try this. And that was it. First class, no turning back. Because I got to hear Nitinji. And what really kept me going was the conviction with which you speak what you speak. So I really, those concepts started getting inside me. And then, of course, meeting Swamiji was like a magic, getting a guru in my life, which I had never actually even thought of, right? So, and then just everything started falling in place. Anarth Nivritti started happening, started learning how to deal with pressures in my life. Little things, I mean, started seeing God's grace, which is always around us, but I was kind of, obnoxious to it in some sense. So, yes, and the biggest the biggest thing that happened is I got seva and satsang, which has just been keeping me going all this while, and it will keep me running till the time we reach our goal of pleasing our guru and God. So yeah, so I just want that my mentor's support that has been here so far will continue, and Guru, I strive my best to serve my Guru in best possible way. That's it.
Thank you, Sandhya. That was a great testimonial for Gita Jayanti. I must say that I think it started for you last February. I think that's when you joined. Just before Valentine, when we were doing Madhure Bhav, right? Yeah, I know we were doing Bhav, and she came in, and that was the first time I started seeing anything other than some black screens, because I'm used to all the blank screens. And I would come, joke around, say something, and walk off every day. And then I think Sandhya came, Rahul came around the same time, I guess. Shefali came, and Shamji was pretty regular anyway. So that was the time. But I think the way you took to all this is like fish taking to water. And she's been a very regular, ever since she started, and took to Seva again very seamlessly, and has been really phenomenal. So rarely do you come across satsangis who are so inspired and a delight to work with. So all the credit goes to you. So thank you,
All
Sandhya.
the credit actually goes to you. And I must tell this to everybody that Nitinji has so patiently attended to all my questions, all my problems, apart from this also. Like any little thing that comes up, I will trouble Nitinji. And he has always been so considerate and patient. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you did not leave me a choice, so I had to, right? But no, it has been a pleasure working with you throughout. And like, Swamiji also, rarely does he come across devotees who are so inspired in whatever they do. So keep up all the good work. Things can only look up from here on, right? Sky is the limit for sure. Now you're starting with the sessions also, which is a logical extension of what you're doing right now. And we wish you the very best for that. So keep it up. Amritavaniji, you have something to say? Amritavaniji is looking at it. But yeah, keep it up, Sandhya. I think you've been phenomenal, and our best wishes to you in every sense. And I learn from, each one of you every day. So when you ask me questions, it's not that I have answers. I just relay what I've heard from Swamiji, but it helps me reflect on everything, right? And the way you go about it, and helps me enrich my own understanding experience as well. Yes, Ipshitaji, go ahead, please.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask. Actually, I was coming back when the class was going. I missed that. I just saw the poster of Sandhya ji, the class which is going to start, I think.
Yeah, it starts from tomorrow, and it starts at 8 o'clock.
Yes,
IST?
IST
IST 8 a.m. and US timings 8:30 p.m. And it's not just me, it's actually a group of people who will be trying to facilitate that session, but that will be once in a week. So the day when we do not have Bhagavad Gita class, you can still continue to have satsang by coming to that session.
So on Saturdays and Sundays?
Just Saturdays.
Yes, Saturday.
Just Saturday. Okay, and 8:30 we have the Bhagavatam class, jo Rajesh ji leta hai na, he takes.
So
how long?
It's a good problem.
No, so yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
At least 8 to 8:30, maybe you can attend this class, and
Yes,
then
yes, I want to attend the class. That is the thing. I want to attend the class. So 8 to 8:30 I can attend. Then I will shift to Bhagavatam class. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ipshitaji. Always good to see
Acha,
you.
I'm waiting for one thing. I'm waiting for the chance when you are going to give me an opportunity to sing that bhajan I told you.
So why don't you go now if you want to do that?
Can I?
Sure. I think we have time now. Do we have anything else on agenda? No, right? Maybe we can do a few chants and wrap it up then.
Though I sing very badly, you have to bear with my terrible voice.
Please go ahead.
But still, I want to sing the song. It's a slow one, okay? Tu Hare Krishna, mere pyaro. Tu Hare Krishna, mere pyaro. तुझ बिना मोहे कुछ न सुहावे, आप ही मन रोए, आप ही मन रोए। तू हरि कृष्णा मेरे प्यारो, राधा कांदे गोपिया कांदे, कांदे यशोदा मैया, कांदे गोपाल ग्वाल वाल सब, कांदे गोपाल ग्वाल वाल सब, कांदे गोकुल के गैया, कांदे गोकुल के गैया। तू हरि कृष्णा मेरे प्यारो, मैं कांदू प्रीतम के आगे, सुन रे मेरे प्राण सखारे, नैना रोए आसुवन रोए, नैना रोए आसुवन रोए, और रोए ये रतिया, और रोए ये रतिया। तू हरि कृष्णा मेरे प्यारो, तुझ बिना मोहे कुछ न सुहावे, आप ही मन रोए, आप ही मन रोए। तू हरि कृष्णा मेरे प्यारो।
Very nice, Ipshavi. You said your mom has composed it?
Yeah, my mom composed it, and together with the sur जो है ना, वो भी she gave.
Okay, okay. Very
And
nice.
the tragic part is, maybe that is the will of Krishna. She just had a stroke where she lost the opportunity to speak.
Okay.
So whenever I sing this song in front of her, she goes on crying that she cannot sing.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
It's very.
I said you sing from your mind. He is there in your mind.
Very nice. Yeah, it was very soul touching. So,
Thank you.
And you sang it very beautifully, very bhak.
I have a very bad voice. But my wow, yes, I love Krishna. So,
no,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And it's a privilege to hear this from you, right? I'm glad you actually recited it in our session. So very nice. And you can just close your eyes and do Roop Dhyan the way you were going about it. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I will.
And thank you again for bringing in all the smiles at the beginning of the session. So looks like you're having a great time. So make the most of it. Meeting with Swami.
Yes.
Very
nice. And I was so blessed that today, first time, Swamiji, by his own self touched my head. Means all these days I was doing pranam, but today when I did pranam, he was so happy and he touched my hand. Today, first time.
Yeah, you are one of the rare people. He normally doesn't. Okay, that's what I've seen.
Oh,
But yeah,
oh my God, Kripa, Kripa, Kripa.
nice, great, awesome. And I hope you were able to get in touch with Pratusha as well, right? So
Yes, she helped me a lot. Yeah, thank you for giving her number. And she helped me a lot. And
thank you.
yesterday night only I had a means when she said the messages, I was in the hall where Swamiji was giving the pravachan, so I couldn't reply at that time. Then I came back and replied her, but today in the morning I left, so I couldn't reply her back.
Wonderful.
I saw that her message is there, but I will surely reply. I will see now. And thank you so much for helping me. And thank you, Pratyusha ji, for helping me so much.
Thank you, Kshitaji. Wonderful. Radhe Radhe. All right, who's next? One more we can take. Sandhya, you wanted to go? I think you didn't get a chance yesterday, so go ahead.
Okay, few lines related to Sharanagati as well.
Sure.
So I'll try to, yeah. गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई। गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई। शरणागति राह दिखाई, गुरुवर पर बलि बलि जाई। जग जनमी जनमी दुख पाई, अब गुरु की ले शरणाई। तू जा कृपालु शरणाई, हरि पर खत भुजा फैलाई। राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे, राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे। गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई। Done.
Wonderful, beautiful, very nice. It's related to Sharanagati, right? The topic that we were talking about. So thank you, wonderful, for that beautiful bhajan, Sandhya, and very soulfully sung, like you always do. Michelle is saying, pretty voice, keep singing, please. Beautiful, Sandhya ji. Kripa aapki. No, Kripa aapki is not for you. Okay. Beautiful bhajan. So yeah, well done. And it's a good segue. So thoroughly relished it. Anybody else who wants to say anything or sing anything, or we can wrap it up 10:15 today?
I had actually found that video if you want me to show, but only less people are there. But Guru, who is Guru video? But
sure, let's show that so that you know what you can create for the video Gita Jayanti, right? That kind of an idea. That's fine. Let's show that if you have.
Computer sound. Okay, hopefully you should be able to hear it.
My Guru is an angel sent by God.
He's the purest. He's my mother.
My Guru has answers to all my questions.
Our GPS? Golok Positioning System.
My mother, my life force.
गुरु मेरे लिए वह है जो मुझे मेरे माँ की प्यारी से मिलाएंगे.
Guru for me is shelter of love and protection.
My life coach. Guru is precious.
Guru is equivalent to God.
Guru is not only a spiritual master, but he guides us in how to go up in this material life also.
He is a divine incarnation who is guiding us to our own divinity.
My spiritual master.
My mentor in the spiritual journey.
Special teacher.
He is the torch.
Guru is the one who helps me to go closer to God.
Guru for me is an association that goes much beyond one lifetime.
My Guru, Shri Maharaji, connected me, the soul, to Shri Krishna.
My Guruji explained
divine knowledge of Vedas to me.
All right, so you understood, you give the video bite and the magic will be done by our team. Okay.
So importantly, as you have seen, like some people who are like in the video on their sides, some of it is getting cut. So ideal thing is that you sit in such a way that, like you are in the center of the video. I mean, just a suggestion so that it comes out even more beautifully. So a vertical video, you are sitting in the center, and that's it. Very short bite, like 10 seconds or so. And the question this time is, what does Gita mean for you, or what is Gita for you?
Bhagavad Gita for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have a penchant for getting cut, then you can do that. Otherwise, you'll look good. It'll be easier for our video team as well. So please do that and
So
look
please
forward
put in you can put it in the feedback tracker if you're interested in being part of the next video on this for Bhagavad Gita Jayanti.
Have we pasted the feedback tracker?
I did not, but I don't know if Rahulji did. I can repost it. Wait.
Rahulji, could you please do that? Not already. Okay, so thank you again. Radhe Radhe. Have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be a little bit of a break, but I look forward to seeing you on Sunday evening, Monday morning for another exciting week. Next week, Thursday, I'm traveling, so we'll have a bit of a break. I'll figure out how it works out from India, especially if I get a dongle, I can move around with my internet and stuff like that, but we'll figure it out. We still have time for that. But next week, we'll talk about it, how our session schedule is going to look like during the travel. Plus, please fill out the feedback tracker if you want to do that Gita Jayanti Seva. I think Komalji has already expressed her interest, so thank you for that. Please reach out to me. I'll tell you what needs to be done. And if you can give your video a bite, that'll be awesome. So thank you again from my side. Radhe Radhe, good night, good day. Thank you.
Radhe Radhe. Thank you, Nitinji.